Her wrists throbbed beneath the cold bite of steel. The handcuffs clinked with every slight movement, a humiliating sound in a courtroom that had already made its decision, at least in their eyes. Commander Alexandra Hayes, decorated Navy SEAL. Sniper. She stood tall, even under the weight they tried to bury her beneath. The guards gripped her arms like she was dangerous, but she didn't resist. She didn't need to. The bailiff's voice echoed, charges insubordination, violation of protocol, unauthorized engagement, disobedience. The words lashed the room like a whip, but no one met her eyes. Not the prosecutor, not the jury, not even her former commanding officer, who sat in the back, his eyes lowered in shame. To them, she was guilty. To her, she was unfinished. They dragged her through the main doors, not even granting her the quiet dignity of a side entrance. Cameras flashed. Murmurs rippled like distant thunder. A war hero paraded as a criminal. No one asked why she did it. No one cared. Alexandra Hayes had made enemies not on the battlefield, but in boardrooms. She'd once ghosted through enemy lines, eliminating threats before they ever reached her team. Her spotter used to call her Phantom. Now they called her disgrace. 10 years of service pressed on her ribs. She could still feel the desert's heat burning through her skin, the copper tang of blood, the faint scent of gun oil. They weren't just memories. They were scars stitched shut with resolve. She'd watched her brothers fall, one by one. And when an intel failure threatened the lives of 30 civilians, she was told to stand down, but standing down meant letting them die. She remembered gripping the rifle, steady hands, a storm inside. 3 shots, 3 lives taken to save 30, and for that they shackled her. The courtroom was silent now. The prosecutor's voice continued, each word like venom. Commander Hayes willfully disobeyed a direct order, compromising the chain of command, jeopardizing the doors creaked open. It was the faintest sound, but it stopped everything. Footsteps. Entered. Measured. Deliberate. Like they carried the weight of oceans. Heads turned. Breaths caught. Hearts beat like war drums. Admiral Robert Grayson, his uniform gleamed with service stars not gifted, but earned through decisions that haunted most men in their sleep. No one expected him. No one had summoned him. He didn't wait to be acknowledged. His voice broke the silence like thunder. Remove those handcuffs. The guards froze. For seconds. A heartbeat. The courtroom stood between protocol and fear. I said remove them. His eyes were iron. The keys rattled. The cuffs fell. Alexandra flexed her hands. The red marks remained a silent testimony. The prosecutor stammered, Admiral, this is highly irregular. Grayson's voice cut like a blade. So is dishonoring the finest sniper this Navy has ever known. The walls, once stiff with judgment, now leaned beneath the weight of his words. She disobeyed? No, she chose humanity over protocol. And I would have done the same. She didn't compromise the chain of command. She reminded it what it's supposed to stand for. Alexandra said nothing. Silence was her shield, her weapon. The Admiral turned to the judge. Proceed if you must, but know this heroes don't always wear medals. Sometimes their only reward is the life they saved. The prosecutor's hands shook. The judge scanned the room as if searching for a place to hide, but the gallery had changed. One by one, they stood veterans, cadets, civilians. No applause, no tears, just silent salutes on a return to where it belonged. It wasn't Alexandra's voice that freed her. It was her history, her sacrifice. And those who chose, finally, to remember. As Grayson passed her, his voice was low but sharp enough to cut through stone. Silence isn't weakness. It's the language of those who have nothing left to prove. That line would echo long after the courtroom emptied. There'd be no headlines, no ceremonies, but something greater remained, honor finally given back to the one who had carried it alone. If you believe true strength often speaks in silence, and that real heroes don't always wear uniforms, share where you're watching from, leave a comment, subscribe for more stories that honor those who fight quietly and live loudly.